I think I'm beginning to figure it out, man. And you don't know how happy I feel right now. Even though I am so much weaker than what I was 3 weeks ago, I feel like I'm starting to figure something out, and that's amazing. And for those of you who've been working out for a long time and you've been trying to solve your own problem for a long time, you would understand how much satisfaction you get when you work on an issue and you start to figure out the solution to a problem. And I'm not saying I have the solution to all of my problems right now, but every single problem that I get to solve or beginning to understand, I get a boost of dopamine. I sound like a drug addict right now, but hear me out. So you know that I've had shoulder issues for the past year or so, bench pressing, my left shoulder especially. When I lower the weights, sometimes I feel some sort of a pinch. And when I press up at the end of the range of motion, sometimes I also feel my shoulder tweaking. Now, I don't know exactly the issue with my shoulders, but I have a feeling it's due to poor mobility. And it is not a muscular issue, as in, I haven't damaged any muscle. It's just that I'm so immobile that when I do the bench press, somehow my shoulders, all of the joints get locked up. Maybe something was grinding against another structure, and that's why I feel a pinch. Maybe it's shoulder impingement. Who knows? I'm not a biomechanic guy. But I've been to a physiotherapist, I've been to a chiropractor, and they all recommended me doing all of these weird exercises. Lying down, pronation, supination, turning my palm up and down, doing banded stuff, doing banded mobility work, stretching. I mean, that's all fun and games, and that probably helped a little bit, but I feel like I was beating around the bush and I'm not really addressing the issue. And yeah, so today I went in, I didn't do any of the prescribed warm up that these guys have recommended me doing. Instead, I did a bunch of overhead presses. And for some reason, it feels so good. My shoulders feel healthy. And even though I'm not lifting maximal weight, as you can probably see, and I'm a little bit detrained, I'm not really used to this bench setup, and I'm not really used to bench pressing heavy. Um, it just feels so much better after I did a bunch of overhead presses. I don't know what fixed the issues. Maybe the overhead press forced me to go through a fuller range of motion with my shoulders, and it forces me to elevate my scapula and go through shoulder flexion and extension. Maybe somehow that loosened up the joints, that brought some blood into the joints and allowed me to press without pain. Who knows? Now, a lot of people say that when you have a lot of mobility, it's probably not good for powerlifting. It's not good for lifting heavy weights, because when you lift heavy weights, you got to be stacked. You got to be immobile. Everything's got to be locked up. You have to tense up, and everything's got to be tight. And the only thing that should move during a heavy movement, such as the bench press, are the prime movers and some accessory muscles. And all the stabilizers, they got to stay in position. They got to stay static. So someone with a hypermobile elbows, for example, look at me. At the end of the bench press, you can see that my elbows are fully locked and they are not straight. My elbows are not straight at the end of movements. I have hypermobile elbows. So already I'm bleeding a lot of power and I'm already not very stable. But for the sake of longevity and I don't know, enjoyment, I feel like if I can lift pain free, it doesn't matter how much weight I have on the bar. Really, seriously. When I'm able to lift decently heavy weights at good form without pain, that brings me happiness. I don't gotta be lifting a bunch of heavy ass weights. I'm not really impressing anyone. By the way, my numbers are not that impressive, so I'm not really impressing anyone. Anyone at the gym, anyone on the internet, I'm not really impressing anyone. So why am I risking getting hurt over my own enjoyment? Like, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of ego lifting? Just to impress an invisible audience. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my mental health, as you all know. I enjoy lifting. I don't gotta be making money. I don't gotta be getting big on YouTube. I'm just sharing my experience. I'm just sharing my journey. And I hope I can help someone along the way. As always, hope you guys are doing well. Stay strong. And I'll speak to you soon.